So this is a blind comic book super value pack. You can buy Ollie's for $5.99, and according to this, it's a $20 value. Some of them also say like a $40 value, but this one has 10 different comic books, some PG-13. I don't know if that's a warning or if that's supposed to be an enticement to, but either way. And for more information, visit www.ndcomics.com. So all I can tell you is Spider-Man is one of them, and Doctor Who is one of them. So the rest of them are going to be a surprise. So why don't we find out by opening it up. Okay, let's start on the Spider-Man side. So, I'm going to pull all of these comic books out at once. And we're just going to go through them. Starting with this 20-year-old issue of Spider-Man. First spectacular issue, January 1999. And we see the characters. There's Aunt May, Jonah Jameson, Mary Jane. I guess, is that Peter or is that like Flash or something? And a couple other characters I'm not recognizing. Legend Reborn. And it has a photo page, the new original series, the famous Jet Jackson on Disney. And there's a photo panel about Peter Parker, and it says who the characters are. Robbie Robertson, Betty Brant, J. Jonah Jameson, Mary Jane, Watson, Parker, Aunt May, and Scorpion. So that was Scorpion. Where are you, Spider-Man? I moved the camera, sorry. Okay. And in the Statue of Liberty. It's printed on that old style comic book paper, which I really like. He's fighting Green Goblin. Is that Human Torch? Yeah, it is, because there's a Fantastic Four down there. So this is Fantastic Four Spider-Man crossover. Bugs Kick Grass. Disney Pixar A Bug's Life coming out this Thanksgiving. And Peter and Aunt May. Alan Iverson. Wow, this stuff goes way back. It's got Iron Man. Wow, it's got everybody. Captain America, Thor, Vision. Oh, this is really cool, actually. I mean, you've got almost all of the Avengers in this. There is... I mean, this is like an all-star issue. It's also very long. It's a thick comic. This is one I'm really glad I got my hands on. Free Marvel Comics at milehighcomics.com. Free. The art in this is really, really good. Good classic comic book. Oh, no spoilers. Wow. And we saw some of these in the recent Avengers movies. Gosh, he even looks a bit like Thanos, but I don't think that's... I think that's supposed to be a lizard, maybe? This is definitely an action-packed all-star issue. Xenogears. Stand tall and shake the heavens. I have to admit that art 20 years ago was really good. I mean, this was just thrilling. East Coast Comics. All of this is when the early days of the internet. So people still had to conduct their business via mail. And this is a very good comic book. I mean, this makes the whole set worth it. It's 20 years old, it's in mint condition, and it's thrilling. Doc Doc, The Thing, it's got everybody in it. I'm looking forward to sitting back and reading this. Here's Risk, the board game. And it's a great picture on the back. I love this one. Okay. The next one is Peter David's Artful. And I wonder if it's the same Peter David who wrote like novelizations of like Star Trek and stuff. But I know of this author. And maybe, I don't know. This is by Action Lab Comics. Artful, an adaptation of the novel by Peter David. I just wonder if that's... I bet it is the same Peter David. The art in this is not nearly as good, I can tell you that right off the bat. It's... the coloring is okay, but the art is not so good. It seems to be about vampires. It's, compared to this last classic, just, you know, standard setting comic that we just looked at, and this, it's definitely, I mean, it could be a good story, and I'm going to read it, and maybe this is a terrific story, but the art is very not so good. That doesn't mean it's a bad story, though. Maybe this means you have to use your imagination more. There doesn't seem to be a lot of story in it. There's not a lot of words. But, you know, we'll read it and see what the story's like. Maybe I can do a follow-up if you guys would like. Tell y'all. Here's some other comics. The hit animated series comes to comics. Miraculous. And Athena Voltaire and the Volcano Goddess. That looks like a great picture. I don't know. Steve Bryan's Eisner nominated series returns. And there's some more. Action Lab, Dog of Wonder. Bark to the Future Begins. Hero Cats of Stellar City. I'm sure my wife would love that. Monkey the Dinosaur. Peach and the Isle of Monsters. And Kid Sherlock. Okay, so this was the this is the interesting one. Now we have Zot by Eclipse Comics, number 32. And this one is in black and white. The art's a little better than the last one, but there's no color. This is kind of like that newspaper comic sort of thing. I'm not sure what the story's about, but it looks kind of domestic. Art's not too bad. It kind of reminds me of like Little Orphan Annie. You know what I mean? Or the old Little Orphan Annie from like the 1930s. I think they might have been thinking about that, maybe. But it probably had a fan following. Stick figure comics. I mean, a lot of these things do have, passionate fans. Eclipse t-shirts. And then we got the coup d'etat on the back. What in the world? The Kennedy assassination trading cards? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is more like a zine than a comic. This is like something that it's interesting. Okay, little piece of when was this printed? Out of curiosity. I'm guessing sometime in the 90s. Yep, 1990. How did I know? Okay, Hawkeye. Oh, that's good. Good old classic Hawkeye. It's 60 cents, so this one goes way back. So when was this Hawkeye printed? Wow, it's old. 19... What? Is that 83 or 63? Surely not 63. This is more like 83. Stan Lee presents Hawkeye. Look at this Cracker Jack ad. Oh my god. Now this is the kind of comic that I remember when I was a kid, and just feeling this is exciting to me because this is old classic. Almost 40 years old. Wow. How cool is this? This is, and once again, look at the art. Look at the quality of the art. Bubble yum. Unscramble the fun and discover why everyone's scrambling for new pink lemony bubble yum. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think this is 1983, alright. Definitely not 1963. No. Parker Brothers. Video games. Popeye for Atari. Yeah. Wow. So awesome. This is, to me, it's just a little gem. Finding one of these guys is really exciting. It's just really cool. Build this Star Wars squadron and let your imagination fly. Return of the Jedi would just come out. And look, there's the model kits. Oh, wow. Power Man and Iron Fist. I have the Power Man action figure, and he looks just like that. How cool is that? Kool-Aid Man. TSR, that was the company that made Dungeons and Dragons. How very cool. Surprised to find this in here. Look, Return of the Jedi, the video game by Parker Brothers for the Atari system. Wow. This is a gem. Next, we have Violator Bad Rock by Image. And this might be the PG-13 portion of the video. Let's see here. The art is a little bit yeah, it's better than the second and the third one. That is a little bit on the exaggerated side. Good coloring though. Bloody. It's gruesome. And she got her heart pulled out, it looks like. She's still alive after that. And this is an interesting story. Curious to see what this is about. It's definitely on the violent and provocative side of comics. Next, Mondo Inferno. Yeah. Okay. And we have some ads for Bloodpool. Not Deadpool, Bloodpool. Not the best art. And there's a fold out sort of poster, I guess you could put on your wall, I suppose, if you wanted to. And some more. Good lord. Okay. And Comic Zone. Okay. So that must have been, oh, this might be the P. Vampirella. Let me audit this before we show it on camera. Okay, it's not particularly objectionable. It's just kind of like the last one. Okay. The art is, once again, it's good. The art's better than the last one. It's, I suppose, PG-13, but nowadays this would probably be PG. But it's definitely, it's not my cup of tea. I'm much more excited about the Hawkeye comic than this is. Law of the shock value sort of thing. Sort of unrealistic depictions of people and stuff that is, it's not bad, but it's just kind of like, it's lame, I guess you could say. I mean, some of the art's good, but some of it's just kind of like, that's good, creepy picture. Oh gosh. Risque cover. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so there's that one. Now, let's really shift gears and look at Lone Ranger Vindicated. So we've gone from G-rated to, let me see, yeah, G-rated to silly zine to just kind of crappy to classic Silver AG to provocative, hypersexual, hyperviolent ones, and now we are on Lone Ranger Vindicated, a Western comic for kids. So, although the art I'm liking so far, it kind of reminds me of that 1980s movie, The Legend of the Lone Ranger. Unless things have changed a lot, Lone Ranger, as far as I know, has always been pretty family-oriented entertainment. I don't think it's ever been considered anything risque or provocative. Tonto's gotten pretty buff in this. Kind of like Lone Ranger and Red Dead Redemption. Tonto gets beat up, I swear. In every episode, Tonto gets beat up. I guess this is Bruce Cavendish. I don't know. And some of these... This is the same company that did Vampirella. How about that? Steampunk. Some of the art in this, though, is really, really good. And I like that a lot. Red Sonja. I saw the movie with Bridget Nielsen. And this is the black and white, and there's a color cover, so I guess you could color this color if you wanted to. So I got the black and white one. Lucky me. Okay, next is Swords of Sorrow. Okay, I'm gonna audit it real quick. Bear with me. Okay, it's cleared for YouTube. Swords of Sorrow. The cover art is pretty good, actually. That's good. This is by Dynamite, and the art in this is superior to some of the other provocative ones we've seen. That's looks more like a human being. So, it's pretty good art. It really is. The coloring's good. I'm interested in the story. I want to see what this is about. I'm going to read all of these, by the way. I don't just want to... I'm not just flipping these for just the sounds or anything. I actually intend to sit down and read all of these in case any of them interest me. And then, you know, it might become a comic I'd like to read. Ian Fleming's James Bond 007. How cool is that? More Red Sonja. More Red Sonja. And a little cover gallery and t-shirts on the back. Now we have Vampirella Strikes. I think I'm going to chance this without auditing it. And so far the art is much different and much better than last Vampirella. I particularly like this picture. The art is much better. Yeah, it's actually very good art. I like just some of this art in here is pretty brilliant. Green Hornet. Dresden Files. Yeah, this one gets a good A- on art. It's very good. And there's some of the cover galleries. Vampirella. Okay. And what do we have? Doctor Who. And I believe it's the second to the last Doctor, the 12th Doctor. And of course, this is Family Entertainment with a capital F. Very thick paper. This is printed on. The art is good quality. I wouldn't expect anything less from a franchise like Doctor Who. Look at its axe, you can see through it, and they render the Doctor pretty well. I mean, it's not super, some of it's not so good, but it's good enough. It does the job. And I will enjoy reading the Doctor Who story in this. And if I like it, I'll try to find the other issues in the story and to read the whole thing. That's what I like to do. So, they are so thick that I feel like I'm turning 2 pages at the same time. That's a cool t-shirt. And Doctor Who memorabilia, I have a little bit. And this tells you about when this was made, around the time of The Force Awakens. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed looking at comic books with me. And, you know, this does some of the work for you too, so if any of these looked interesting to you, look them up. You got all the information, you can pause it. You know, find yourself the whole run and enjoy them. So, if you like this video, tell me and I'll do more like this. If this worked for you, I mean, if this helped you relax, or just gave you some inspiration, or just calmed you down, or helped you sleep, or you just enjoyed looking at the comics, let me know. I love reading comments. I read them all, and I try to answer them all. So, thank you so much for joining me here, looking at comics with me, and I'll see you tomorrow night, around the same time in the evening, for another interesting trip into my little world of creativity and books and magazines and comics and art and drawing and modeling clay or whatever else I might be working on. So I hope you tune in to enjoy it, and thank you so much, all of you. I love all of my listeners and fans, and I appreciate all of you. So until tomorrow, bye.